Hey guys, my name is Marcus, and in this video I'm going to share with you my perspective on how to process shame in our own bodies when it arises. So I'm making this video as a reaction to this Reddit post. Hi everyone, looking back at myself growing up, I see a child and later a young adult with lots of empathy and care for others. However, due to trauma, low self-esteem, severe insomnia and attachment issues, I didn't always do good things. There was some bullying, later violence, heavy drinking and drugs. The bad things I did to others 25 years ago still torments me to this day. Been in EMDR for a couple of years and it has helped me to forgive myself cognitively, but every now and then I get massive feelings of shame and disgust. Anyone here that has a similar experience with shame and even some advice maybe? First, I'm going to share with you my experience with shame. So I was ashamed of how I treated girls in high school, how I behaved. And even after years after high school, I would get the thoughts in my head coming up about what I did. And I didn't know what to do about it. So I took psychedelics as an exploration. And in the beginning, I was like, I'm so frustrated about this. I was so ashamed what happened. And you know what happened? It was so fascinating. The psychedelics told me to forgive myself. That it's okay, that I can let go. That there is no need to blame myself. Completely fine. And it wasn't something that I would do it on the mind level. It was something that I felt through in the body. This forgiveness towards me. That it's okay to let go. And to not blame myself anymore. And then the thoughts would never appear again. Now then, another thing that I had to do is then I felt that I need to write that I'm sorry to certain people. And I did that. So they would arise again that, okay, I need to write them. It's not for them. It doesn't matter what kind of reaction they are going to have. But I said it to them for myself that I'm so sorry how I treated you and what I did. And right now I see that my behavior wasn't good. And they didn't even perceive it that way. It was very fascinating. But for me it was important. And this was another thing that I found out in my process working with shame. And then on how to work with the shame when it arises in the body. So let's say that this is shame. Okay? And we go on a day to day. And then out of nowhere, it arises within the body. So the first thing is that let's say this is us, this is shame, and this is our body. And we are one with the shame when we are identifying with that. How we know when we are identified with that? When it arises and we start being frustrated about it. We start to think out of the state. We're like, oh my God, there is so much shame in me, and why there is so much shame? And we're just one with the shame. The first step on how to process it, we have to step back from the shame. It's called diffusion. So when there is shame, I'm like, aha, I'm noticing there is a shame in my own body, because I understand that this is the state that just wants to be processed and released. This is not the state that just wants to stay forever in my own body. So when I understand that, okay, I'm not the state anymore, I'm a different person, I step back and I'm like, okay, there is a shame in my body. Now, the second step is understanding where is the shame located. Because what we do right now is that when we are one with the shame, when we are one with the state and we are suffering, we are not in a driving seat anymore. We are on somewhere in a car, but we are not in a driving seat. So what we do and what we learn is how we can step back and how we can do this. And like, okay, I'm going to be right now in the driver's seat. So stepping back and then noticing where the shame is in the body. If you can notice that, okay, it's somewhere in near the heart, or it's in the belly, or I felt it all around in my chest, just somewhere where it's located, if you can notice it. If no, that's okay. And I'm like, okay, there is this shame somewhere in my chest. So what I do is that I start breathing regularly into the belly. And if the thoughts appear out of that state, I just let it go. It's like, okay, I got it. And can you perceive? I'm not doing anything with the mind. I'm not doing anything, I forgive myself, nothing like that. What I do is I regulate the body through the breath and through my own perception, in a way, my attention, approach of care and understanding that it's okay that the shame is present. Because the biggest problems working with whatever arises in the body is that when we have problem with that, if we have problem with the shame, for example, that arises in the body, it's going to stay there. Then like we are disgusted, and it's like, okay, now the shame is somewhere in the body. And with the breath, I start breathing regularly into the belly. When breathing in can be like 4 seconds, breathing out 6 seconds through the nose, and I start breathing. And being with the shame, that is like, it's okay that you're here now. I'm okay now, it's a past. And I just start breathing and being with that. And what is actually happening then? I provide more care, more understanding, more peace to the state. And then the state continually is going to get taken care of itself. Because I don't juice it with my attention because that it's a problem for me. I right now create a space for it. I give it freedom that it's okay, that it's there, that it arises. But first, we have to always diffuse from it. This is the most important step. Because if you're like this, and let's say I'm one with the shame, like, oh my God, this is so shame, I need to breathe through it. It's not going to work out because it's like there is this tension, there is this stress because I'm being one with the state. So that's how it's going to be processed. Even like closing our eyes and being with that. Now at start, what might happen, it can be too overwhelming because it could be felt like a huge wave that comes into our own body that arises, that is like so much baggage. But it's a process because at first it can be very big and I process it a little bit. And then the more I do it, the window of tolerance for the wound, for something that arises is going to be bigger because I'm going to be more ready for it. And that has been my own experience working with the states that arise in the body. So I hope this video is going to be beneficial. So to summarize it, in the moment when the shame arises in the body, first we have to let go of the story that it's a past, it's okay. Maybe there is going to be the certain puzzle that I need to write someone or even call someone and say sorry. Maybe there is this puzzle that needs to be also done. That's what I found out was in my case. And when I did that, I felt better. That okay, now it's finished. And then what needs to be done is that okay, we're gonna diffuse from it. I understand it's like there is just shame in the body. I'm not the shame. When the thoughts arises, I'm like, okay, that's okay. And I start regulating with the breath into the belly and providing more relaxation for the state that is okay, that is there. And I provide more care, more understanding. And then it just dissolves continually because I just process it, something that was there. But it's very important to also not fuel it more with the mind and awaken from it. Because in the meditation practice, how it works is that when your person is meditating and they would get caught by the thinking, and I'm noticed like, aha, I'm right now thinking, I come back to the breath because I understand I'm not my thoughts, I'm not the mind. And that's very beautiful what can be done. And this is very similar also with the states that are present in our own bodies. So hope this video helped you. And if you want to get more information, even more insight, I made a group in school. Link is going to be down below in the description, where I have like guidance on how to work regards the somatic work for our own bodies. And yeah, so have a great day and bye.